The moment your organization exists, risk exists. Systems, people, data, vendors. The more your business operates, the more exposure naturally builds up. Not because anyone failed, but because activity itself creates opportunity for things to go wrong. That starting level of exposure is called inherent risk. It's the risk your organization has before you put any protections in place. No security tools yet. No formal policies. No monitoring. Just your environment as it naturally operates. If you store sensitive data, there's a risk it could be exposed. If employees can access systems, there's a risk of misuse, accidental or intentional. If you rely on technology, there's a risk of failure or attack. Nothing has gone wrong yet, but the potential is there. That's inherent risk, the built-in danger of simply doing business. Then organizations respond. They add controls, access restrictions, encryption, security software, employee training, vendor reviews, monitoring tools. Controls are actions designed to reduce the likelihood of a problem happening or to reduce the impact if it does. Once controls are in place, the risk changes, but it doesn't vanish. Security doesn't erase risk, it reshapes it. This is the part people miss when they assume protection means elimination. What remains after controls are applied is called residual risk. This is the level of risk left over after you've taken reasonable steps to protect yourself. Smaller, yes. Gone, no. For example, you can train employees about phishing, filter emails, and enforce multi-factor authentication. That reduces the chance of an attack succeeding. But can you guarantee no one will ever click a bad link again? No. That remaining possibility is residual risk. Or think about vendors. You can assess them, require standards, and monitor their access. But you can't run their internal systems for them. Some exposure always remains. That's residual risk too. So the difference is straightforward. Inherent risk is the total exposure you start with. Residual risk is the exposure left after you've tried to reduce it with controls. In general, the goal of risk management isn't to eliminate risk completely. That's not realistic in any complex organization. The goal is to understand inherent risk, apply smart controls, and decide whether the remaining residual risk is acceptable. That decision is part of strategy. Some residual risk is tolerated because the cost of reducing it further would be too high. Other risks are unacceptable and need stronger controls. This is where scoring, prioritization, and monitoring come in. So when someone asks, "Are we secure?" the real answer isn't yes or no. The real answer is that you understand your inherent risks, you've reduced them with controls, and you're actively managing the residual risk that remains.